Have you ever wondered where democracy, philosophy, and even the Olympics originated? Our journey takes us back to the cradle of Western civilization, the Greek civilization nestled around the Aegean Sea. The dawn of Greek civilization is marked by two significant cultures, the Minoans and the Mycenaeans. The Minoans, known for their labyrinth-like palaces, were the first to lay the groundwork. Then came the Mycenaeans, warriors and traders, who took the reins and further developed the civilization. However, this period of prosperity ended abruptly with the Bronze Age collapse, a catastrophic event that plunged the region into what we now call the Dark Ages. Society regressed, writing was lost, and cities were abandoned. But as with every night, the dawn was inevitable. From this period of darkness and obscurity, the seeds of a new civilization began to sprout. From the ashes of the Dark Ages, the stage was set for the rise of a civilization that would change the world forever. Imagine a world where each city is its own independent nation, each with its own unique culture and government. In the cradle of Western civilization, ancient Greece, this was the reality. The concept of the city-state or polis was born. The city-states were more than just cities in the modern sense. They were central urban areas surrounded by rural territories, each with its own distinct identity, culture, and government. Among these city-states, two in particular would rise to prominence: Athens and Sparta. Athens, named after Athena, the goddess of wisdom, was a beacon of intellect and creativity. It was here that the concept of democracy was born. The Athenians were pioneers in creating a system where every citizen had a voice. Citizens would gather at the Nix, an open-air assembly, to discuss and vote on city matters. This was a radical departure from the norm, as most societies of the time were ruled by kings or oligarchs. But Athens wasn't just about politics. It was a vibrant hub of art, philosophy, and culture. The city was a canvas for beautiful architecture and sculptures. It was the birthplace of renowned philosophers like Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle, who forever changed the way we think about the world. On the other hand, we had Sparta. If Athens was the heart, Sparta was the fist. Known for their military prowess, the Spartans were a society built on discipline, efficiency, and strength. Unlike their Athenian counterparts, they lived a stark and austere lifestyle, with every aspect of their society geared towards warfare. Their government was a unique blend of monarchy and oligarchy, with two kings sharing power with a council of elders. These city-states were as different as night and day, yet they were both integral parts of the Greek civilization. They were the embodiment of the Greek spirit, vibrant, diverse, and ever-evolving. In this tapestry of city-states, two would rise to dominate: Athens, the birthplace of democracy, and Sparta, the military powerhouse. These two city-states would not only shape Greece, but their influence would echo through the centuries, shaping the world as we know it today. What if I told you that the roots of our modern democracy and philosophy trace back to one city-state in ancient Greece? Indeed, the birth of democracy can be traced back to the city-state of Athens around the 5th century BC. Athenians replaced the rule of the few with the rule of the many, a radical concept at the time, and one that has persisted through the centuries. Citizens gathered in an assembly to vote on laws and public policies. It was a direct democracy, where every citizen had a voice in the decision-making process. This system was not without its flaws, but it was a significant leap forward in governance. The Athenian experiment in democracy was a beacon of people's power, illuminating a path that many nations have followed since. Parallel to this political revolution, Athens was also the epicenter of a seismic shift in human thought. Great philosophers like Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle emerged, each leaving an indelible impact on Western thought. Socrates, known as the father of Western philosophy, taught by asking probing questions, encouraging his students to question their assumptions and beliefs. His student Plato took these teachings and established the Academy, the first institution of higher learning in the Western world. Plato's works, especially his dialogues, have been used as foundational texts in philosophy, politics, and psychology for centuries. Then came Aristotle, a student of Plato. He made significant contributions to a multitude of fields, from logic and biology to ethics and politics. His philosophy emphasized empirical observation and logical reasoning, shaping the scientific method that we still use today. Each of these philosophers, in their own unique way, challenged the status quo, pushed the boundaries of human knowledge, and laid the groundwork for Western philosophy and science. The Athenian experiment in democracy and the philosophies of Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle have shaped our world in ways we often take for granted. Their legacy resonates in our institutions, our science, and our collective worldview. It's a testament to the enduring influence of this remarkable period in history. What happens when the city-states of a civilization clash and a vast empire rises from the aftermath? The fourth chapter of our journey through Greek civilization takes us to the tumultuous era of wars and empires, where the landscape of the ancient world was forever altered. Our story begins with a bitter struggle, the Peloponnesian War, a conflict that spanned almost 3 decades. On one side stood Athens, the beacon of democracy and cultural power, and on the other Sparta, the militaristic state known for its disciplined warriors. This was not just a war for territory, but a battle of ideologies, a contest of power and influence that would shape the future of Greece. The war was a series of seesaw battles, with victories swinging back and forth between Athens and Sparta, but ultimately, it was Sparta, with its ruthless military might, that claimed the final victory. Yet the war left Greece weakened, its city-states exhausted and vulnerable. Enter a new player on the stage of history, the Kingdom of Macedon, located to the north of the Greek city-states. Under the leadership of the charismatic and ambitious Alexander the Great, Macedon rose to become a formidable empire. Alexander was not just a conqueror, he was a visionary, dreaming of a world united under one rule. In a series of lightning-fast campaigns, Alexander's armies swept across the known world, from Egypt to Persia and all the way to India. But Alexander's conquests were not just about territorial expansion. They ushered in an era of cultural exchange, as Greek ideas of art, philosophy, and governance spread across the lands he conquered. This period, known as the Hellenistic Age, saw a fusion of cultures that still influences us today. From the ashes of war, a new Greek world emerged, one that stretched from Egypt to India. The story of Greek civilization is a testament to the indomitable spirit of humanity to rise, to fight, and to create, even in the face of adversity. Why does Greek civilization matter to us in the 21st century? This question often arises, and the answer lies in the enduring influence of Greek civilization on the world we live in today. Greek civilization, a powerhouse of the ancient world, is the cornerstone of Western culture. The way we understand and navigate our society has deep roots in Greek thought and practice. Take politics, for instance. The Greeks introduced the concept of democracy, a government for the people, by the people. It's a principle that forms the bedrock of many contemporary political systems. Concepts like citizenship, political debate, and the rule of law were all born in the bustling city-states of ancient Greece. They taught us that every voice matters and that power should be shared, not hoarded. And then there's philosophy. The Greeks gave us some of the greatest thinkers the world has ever known. Socrates, Plato, Aristotle. These names echo down the corridors of time. Their ideas about ethics, logic, aesthetics, and the nature of reality continue to provoke thought and shape our understanding of the world. In the realm of art, the Greeks pioneered many forms and styles that remain influential today. From the grandeur of their architecture, like the iconic Parthenon, to their naturalistic sculptures and captivating dramas, Greek art has left an indelible mark on Western aesthetics. Science, too, owes a great debt to Greek civilization. The Greeks were trailblazers in many fields, from mathematics and physics to medicine and astronomy. Their spirit of inquiry, their thirst for knowledge, and their commitment to rational thought laid the groundwork for the scientific method. But the legacy of Greek civilization isn't just about grand ideas and monumental achievements. It's also about a certain way of living, a certain way of seeing the world. It's about striving for excellence, embracing the power of debate, and valuing the pursuit of knowledge. Though the city-states may have fallen, the legacy of Greek civilization lives on, continuing to shape and inspire our world today. So, what have we learned about Greek civilization? It all began with the dawn of a civilization that would shape the world. The rise of city-states like Athens and Sparta paved the way for a new social structure, a new way of life. This was a world where democracy was born, where philosophy found its voice. Socrates, Plato, Aristotle. They questioned, they pondered, they enlightened. The Greek world was also marked by wars and empires. The Persian Wars, the Peloponnesian War, the rise and fall of Alexander's empire. These were times of conflict, of power, of change. Yet through it all, Greek civilization left an indelible mark. Its legacy, in art, in science, in politics, continues to echo through the ages. And so, As we journey through history, let us continue to uncover and appreciate the profound impact of Greek civilization on our modern world.